Hi, Tim, Thrifty Tim here. This is another special edition of my show because, like I said, I'm trying to get through like all my compilation albums and live albums before I go on vacation at the end of this month. And I showed you all of my multiple multiple artist uh, compilations yesterday. Today I'll be doing doing start first part of showing out the single artist compilations that have been, and by that single artist I'm meaning like uh, greatest hits albums and best of stuff like that, or sometimes they just do compilations like pick songs from various albums and put them uh, on another record. Uh, Well, with that said, I'll start showing them. I know I don't have anybody on here yet, but I want to it, don't want to go over 2.5 hours today, and, because I know Rachel comes on about around before I was. She started hers before I was finished yesterday, so I'll start showing stuff up so people can see it later. I'll leave the link up. Of course. First one is the best Love and Spoonful. This is a Kama Sutra 2 LP set. I have like at least two or I have at least three of these, and they're pretty good. See, this is from 1976, and it says it's Love and Spoonful, so you expect a lot of your hits. So here's the songs on it: Do You Believe in Magic? Daydream, Summer in the City, Loving You, Ring on the Roof, Coconut Grove, Darling, Be Home Soon, Till I Run with You, Younger Generation, Warm Baby, Money, Night Owls. Okay, the third side is You Didn't Have to Be So Nice, Younger Girl, Didn't Want to Have to Do It, Four Eyes, 6 o'clock, and the fourth side is Did You Ever Have to Make Up Your Mind, Never Going Back, She is Still a Mystery, Nashville Cats, and Jug Band Music. So that was the best info on Kama Sutra, 2 LP set. Next up. So I don't have these in any specific order, they're all mixed together. Next one is America History, America's Greatest Hits. This one's on Warner Brothers from 75, and you'll recognize most of these songs, and I read them off. A Horse with No Name, I Need You, Sandman, Ventura Highway, Don't Cross the River, Only in Your Heart. That's side one. Side two has Muskrat Love, Tin Man, Lonely People, Sister Golden Hair, Daisy Jane, and Woman Tonight. So that's America History, America's Greatest Hits. As you notice, most of their 70s albums start with an H, the titles. Don't know why they did that, but they did. Okay, next up, this cover's not the greatest, but the album's pretty good. It's Mud, Greatest Hits, or Mud's Greatest Hits. They're a band from the UK. This one I got for free in with a group of albums I got. Oh, hi, Calvin. How are you doing this today? But if you watch Doc is, if you watch any of his videos or streams, this is a group that he really likes. This is from I think it's RK label. I guess it's part of EMI. It's I think it's a 75. I can't read it too well there. Uh, so, uh, so I'll read off the sign. Side one has dynamite, rocket, the secrets that you keep. The cat crept in one night, and oh boy. Side two has tiger feet, hypnosis, moonshine, Sally, crazy, and lonely this Christmas. Okay, next one. The Carpenters, the singles, or Carpenters, the singles, and it's 1969 through 1973. And of course, this is another well-known group that from the 70s. She sadly we lost Karen Carpenter in the 80s uh, from anorexia. The songs on the album are "We've Only Just Begun," "Top of the World," "Ticket to Ride," "Superstar," "Rainy Days and Mondays," "Goodbye to Love." And side two has "Yesterday Once More," "It's Going to Take Some Time," "Sing," "For All We Know," "Hurting Each Other," and "They Long to Be Close to You." Uh, that's so. Yeah, they had a lot of hits after that album too. So, but that's a great one for just like in 4 years' time they had all those. Okay, the next one is some country. It's uh, Waylon Jennings, uh, Waylon greatest hits. Sadly, we lost him too, like in the 80s. And but it's on RCA. This album's from 1979, and the songs on this one are "Honky Tonk Heroes," "Lonesome Henri and Me," "Amanda," "Only Daddy that that'll walk the line," "Ladies Love Outlaws," "Good Hearted Woman," "I've Always Been Crazy," "Luckenbach, Texas," "Back to the Basics of Love," "Mama, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys." Of course, that's with Willie Nelson. "I'm a Rambling Man," and "Are You Sure Hank Did It This Way?" So that's a jam-packed album full of great songs too. Next up, one that you'll probably laugh at, Calvin. Partridge Family, at home with their greatest hits. Yeah, I watch a we'd watch a Partridge Family every week when I was growing up in the 70s. This is on Bill Records from 1972, and the songs on side one are "I Think I Love You," "I'll Meet You Halfway," "It's One of Those Nights," "Echo Valley 2 6809, "I Woke Up in Love This Morning," "I Can Feel Your Heartbeat." Side two has "Doesn't Somebody Want to Be Wanted," "Am I Losing You," "Brown Eyes," "She'd Rather Have the Ring," and "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do." So a cover of if I remember right, that's a cover of the Neil Sedaka song. And Calvin, I do have the link post up in if you want to come on with me any during this. Okay, here's another big pop group from the 70s. ABBA. It's their first greatest hits album. It's on Atlantic and from oh boy. Trying to see the year date of it on your I captured. And well, I can show you the gatefold too. Big picture of them. And it's from 76. At least it doesn't show them in the crazy clothes that they wore in concert down here. And so the songs inside one are SOS, He Is Your Brother, Ring Ring, Another Town, Another Train, Honey Honey, So Long, Mamma Mia, I Do, I Do, I Do, I Do, I Do. Sounds about like a scratch record, doesn't it? That's the song of side two. The rest of them on side two are People Need Love, Waterloo, Nina Pretty Ballerina, Bang a Boomerang, Dance While the Music Still Goes On, and Fernando. Next up is a 2 LP greatest hits one. That's, yeah, I have to have it into this plastic cover because scene broke at the bottom or came undone. It's Donna Summer on the radio. Yeah, it's her greatest hit. And of course, she was known for her disco music in the late 70s. She was pretty much queen of disco. So the songs, this is on Casablanca from 1979. Yeah, Casablanca, I've noticed, had a lot of disco artists on the label, but then there's a couple bands that seem sure to sing them on. Oh, I thought Waylon died before that. Thanks for correcting me, Calvin. But but Casablanca was known more for their disco stuff. But there's a couple artists that it's hard to believe that they were on an album that mainly had disco. That was Kiss, and the group Angel was on there, which was like a hard rock band from the mid to late 70s. Oh, I didn't read off all the songs here. On side one is On the Radio. And Love to Love You Baby. Try Me. I Know We Can Make It. I Feel Love. Our Love. Side two, I Remember Yesterday. I Love You. Heaven Knows. Last Dance. Side three is MacArthur Park. Hot Stuff. Bad Girls, Dim All the Lights, Sunset People. The first side is No More Tears, and which is a duet with Barbra Streisand and the long version of On the Radio. Yeah, that's one nice thing about doing these live streams, because we have people like you that account that to correct us when we screw up like I did there. Okay, next up is Deep Purple. This is When We Rock, and When We Roll, We Roll. And this is from, okay, what year? Doesn't show the year, not really. Oh, 78, on Warner Brothers. This has a good collection of their songs, of course. Hard rock or earlier heavy metal. The songs on here are Space Truckin', Kentucky Woman, Hard Road, Ring That Neck, and Burn are on side one. And Woman from Tokyo, Live, Hush, Smoke on the Water, and Highway Star Life are on this one. Okay. Now for a woman, I wish she could still sing, but sadly she has Parkinson's. That's Linda Ronstadt. This is her first greatest hits album. This is from. I'll take it out of this seat so I can read it. But it's on a song from. I'm not seeing it right now. Oh, looks like 74. Oh, 75 it says. Okay. And it is a gatefold, but it just mainly shows like that shows the credits on there for the people playing the different instruments. But this album has Silver Threads and Gold Needles, which is one I really like. Oh, Desperado, it looks like this next. Maybe this will be bad. Makes it easier for me. What another thing is that? Oh, and it has You're No Good on side one. Also, I missed that one. One thing with bad thing of getting older, it seems like your eyesight gets worse. Uh, uh, okay, after Desperado on side one is Love Is a Rose, of course. A song written by Neil Young, and that'll be the day. Of course, Buddy Holly's song. It's the cover of Buddy Holly's song in Long, Long Time. And on side two is a different drum, a song that was written by Michael Naismith. Meanwhile, Beloved, cover of, excellent cover of Everly Brothers song or hit. Love Has No Pride, Heat Wave, It Doesn't Matter Anymore, and Tracks of My Tears. So that has a stellar track listing on it. Next one, this is another of the Kama Sutra 2 LP ones. This is the best Brewer and Shipley. Of course, this is also a gatefold. And of course, the first song on this album is one that a lot of people know them by. It's the song One Took Over the Line, The Light, Oh Mommy, Tarkio Road, Seems Like a Long Time. Side B is All Along the Watchtower, Witchy Tai Toe, Lady Like You, Rise Up Easy Rider, Too Soon Tomorrow. Side C is Shake Off the Demon, Rock Me on the Water, a cover of a Jackson Brown song, Merciful Love, When Everybody Comes Home, Working on the Well, and side D is Yankee Lady, Fly, 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 Black Sky, Ruby on the Morning, Don't Wanna Die in Georgia. Oh. And all these songs are excellent songs here. I see it went down to 0 viewers again, but I'm going to keep trucking them. I'm trying to get all these shown on here. Okay. Next one is Casey and the Sunshine Band. This is their greatest hits. It's on GK Records from 1980. The songs on side one are Sound Your Funky Horn, Queen of Clubs, Get Down Tonight, Boogie Shoes, That's the Way I Like It, Shake Your Booty, and side two has I'm Your Boogeyman, Keep It Coming Love, Please Don't Go, Let's Go Rock and Roll, and All I Want. Okay, next one up is a guy I really like that I know we lost way too early. That's John Denver. And this is his first greatest hits album. And this has songs Leaving on a Jet Plane, Take Me Home, Country Roads, Poems, Prayers, and Promises, Rocky Mountain High, For Baby, for Bobby, Starwood and Aspen, Rhymes and Reasons, Follow Me, which is a song that I had sung at my wife's my wedding since I was in the Air Force at the time. Goodbye Again, The Eagle and the Hawk, and Sunshine on My Shoulder. Okay. Okay, the next one is the Four Seasons second vault fits. It's on Phillips Records. I don't see a date on here. And then, thanks to Joe Henley writing his name on the back here. But the songs on this album are Sherry, Walk Like a Man, Candy Girl, Stay, Alone, Marlena, I've Got You Under My Skin, Big Girls Don't Cry, Working My Way Back to You, Opus 17, Don't You Worry About Me, Peanuts, and Connie also. All excellent songs. Okay, here's the guy that I really liked in the 70s. That's Cat Stevens. This is his greatest hits. It's on, what label is it? Oh, it's on A&M and from, can't tell what year it's from right now. Oh, 1972. No, 34, 75. Okay, looks like it's from 75 on A&M. The song's on side one. Oh, it says he was born on July 21st, 1948 in London. But the songs on side one are Wild World, Oh Very Young, Can't Keep It In, Hard-Headed Woman, Moonshadow, Two Fine People. Side two is Peace Train, Reddy, Father and Son, Sitting, Morning Has Broken, and Another Saturday Night. Okay, next one is B.J. Thomas' Greatest Hits. This is Volume 1 of his Greatest Hits. It's on Scepter Records. Doesn't have a year on it, so. And the songs on this one are Hooked on a Feeling, Billy and Sue, I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You, Mama, Plain Jane, and The Eyes of a New York Woman. The Eyes of a New York Woman I really like. And side B is I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, the cover of Elvis Presley's Love Me Tender, Bring Back the Time, Crying in the Chapel, I Need You So, and Since I Don't Have You. So it has a good amount of good songs on there. Okay, next one. Jerry Lewis and the Playboys. Of course, the son of Jerry Lewis. And this is their Golden Grapes. It's on Liberty Records. And I think this is from back in the 60s. Around all their hits were back in the 60s. And okay, there's a track listing. Okay, the songs on this one are This Diamond Ring, which is their big hit. Count Me In, She's Just My Style, Tina, I Hold You in My Arms, Without a Word of Warning, and You're Gonna Miss Her for side one. Side two is Everybody Loves the Clown. They're known for that one too. That song was written about for his dad, Jerry Lewis. I Won't Make That Mistake Again. Save Your Heart for Me, Little Miss Go-Go, Time Stands Still, and Green Grass. Okay, the next one is some country. This is Ray Price. Ray Price's Greatest Hits. It's on Columbia, of course, and I think it's from the 60s or probably late 60s, early 70s. It's and the songs on it are Crazy Arms, You Done Me Wrong, City Lights, Invitation to the Blues, I Got a New Heartache, and 'Twill Be First on side one. Side two, it has Heartaches by the Number, The Same Old Me, Release Me, One More Time, My Shoes Keep Walking Back to You, and I'll Be There. Next up is another country album. This is Lynn Anderson. And it's Lynn Anderson's Greatest Hits. It's from 1972, or no, 73 on Columbia. It's on Columbia. And songs here are Rose Garden, Cry, How Can I Love You, Stay There Till I Get There. That's what loving you has meant to me. And listen to a country song. Side two, it has You're My Man, No Love at All, which is a song I really like. Don't Say Things You Don't Mean. I'm going to write a song, and Nothing Between Us. Okay, another country one. This is the Sattler Brothers, the very best of the Sattler Brothers. Looks like it's a 2 LP set that doesn't have a track listing on here, though. And it's on, it's on Realm Records, a label I don't really know too well, and don't see a year on it. But if it's Statler Brothers, they're usually good. Okay, this is one from the 80s. This is the best of Barbara Mandrell. This is from, I was wrong, it's 79. I'm so used to Law for hits being from the 70s, or from the 80s. This has Woman to Woman, Love is Thin Ice, Hold Me, After the Lovin', Married But Not to Each Other. Oh, and this is on ABC Records. Side two is Sleeping Single in a Double Bed, That's What Friends Are For, Midnight Angel, Standing Room Only, and Tonight. Okay, here's one that takes me back to the old westerns I used to watch when I was little. Those old black and white westerns they show on TV like every Saturday. This is the best of Roy Rogers. He's one of the singing cowboys. And this is on Pickwick from 1975. The songs on here are Chickasha Gal, Don't Fence Me In, I Wish I Had Never Met Sunshine, and Sunshine had Never Met Me. And he did this with Morton Scott and his orchestra. And Blue Shadows on the Trail, that's with the Sense of the Pioneers. Next one is My Heart Went That Away with Country Washburn and his orchestra. And the last one, side one, is Gay Ranchero. Side B has a Yellow Rose of Texas, that Palomino Pal of Mine with the Sons of the Pioneers, Along the Navajo Trail, on the Old Spanish Trail with Spade Cooley and his Western Swing Band. And then it's Roll On Texas Moon, and the last one is Rock Me to Sleep in My Saddle. Need a drink to keep going. Some Dr. Pepper. Hey, another Another country artist, but oh, she's real so beautiful and that long hair of hers. This is Crystal Gale. This is classic Crystal. Songs are on side one. Somebody loves you. Don't it make my brown eyes blue? Ready for the times to get better. You never miss a real good thing till he says goodbye. And when I dream, side two is I'll do it all over again. I'll get over you. Wrong road again. Talking in your sleep. Why have you left me for the one you left me for? Which is a song I really like. This is from 1979 on United Artists. Okay, here's you could say bubblegum or similar to it. This is Bobby Sherman's Greatest Hits, Volume 1. This is on Metro Media Records from 1971. And the songs are on side one are Little Woman, La La La, If I Have You, Easy Come, Easy Go, Seattle, Hey Mr. Sun, and Julie Do Ya Love Me. Side two is Cried Like a Baby, Spend Some Time Loving Me, The Drum, Waiting at the Bus Stop, Getting Together, and Jennifer. And that should show you this. See, this opens up and it's a gatefold too. Or more of a trifold. Oh, trifold or is it a quadfold? No, it's just a trifold. Oops. It'd help if I post it back up, right? Oh, hi, Paul. Yeah, go ahead and join me if you want. I did leave the link at that at the top of the comments. And okay, now for some British blues. Some 10 years after, this is Going Home, their greatest hits. This is on Darin Records from 1975. The songs on this one on side one are Hear Me Calling, Going to Try, Love Like a Man, and No Title. And side two is I Woke Up This Morning, Woodchopper's Ball, and I'm Going Home, which was recorded live at Woodstock. Next one, the group you probably see me show a lot of records for. That's the new Christy Minstrels. There's so many artists that went through them before becoming famous on their own. The songs are going into more bigger groups and also solo, several of them. So on here are Green Green. That side one is Green Green Today, A Little Bit of Happiness, Everybody Loves Saturday Night, We'll Sing in the Sunshine, and The Drinking Gourd, or The Muddy Road to Freedom. Side two is Chim Chim Cherry, Downtown, Cotton Fields, Ida Red, and Mighty Mississippi. And this one's from Columbia, if you remember it. It's from around the mid to late 60s. Okay, this one used to be was a radio station's copy, so it's the pick of Dionne Warwick. So and it's on CBS from '79. Okay, this has on side A, Walk On By, You've Only Just Begun, I Say a Little Prayer, Reach Out for Me, and April Fools. Well, I guess I was mistaken. It's on 51 West Records and Tapes. So, IP has Do You Know the Way to San Jose, I'll never fall in love again. What the world needs now. I wish you love and Valley of the Dolls. Okay, that's okay, Paul. Next one. Johnny Mathis, all-time greatest hits. Of course, this is gatefold here. On the outside, you get a good picture of him, and the inside just like liner notes and stuff like that. And this is two LPs. Yeah, it's two LPs, so I'll read it from the inside for the track listing. Okay, side one is A Certain Smile with Ray Ellis and his orchestra. When Sonny Gets That Blue with Ray Conniff and his orchestra. Small World by and with Glenn Oster and his orchestra. The Misty and the orchestra is under the direction of Glenn Oster. And Chances Are, which was probably his first big hit, I'd say, but I could be wrong, which he did with Ray Conniff and his orchestra. Side two is Venus. Maria with and it says orchestra under the direction of Glenn Oster. Misty Roses. Gina and What Will Mary Say? Side three is Where Do I Begin? Love Story. If We Only Have Love, My Funny Valentine, Come to Me, and Love Them from Romeo and Juliet. And side four is Wonderful, Wonderful. That's with Ray Conniff and his orchestra and chorus. All the Time with Ray Ellis and his orchestra. The 12th of Never. Wild is the Wind with Ray Ellis and his orchestra. And It's Not For Me to Say. And this is a double album set. It's on from, looks like it's from 1972 on Columbia Records. Next one is one I like. This is on Echo Records. This is History of Eric Clapton. This is pretty much it's a 2 LP set. It's just having some songs of him with different groups he was in before going solo. And here's the inside. And the full outside. And this is on Atlantic Records. Does it give a date on here anywhere? Yes, 1972. Okay, the songs on here on side one is I Ain't Got You, Hideaway. Oh, yeah, first one was I'm trying to figure out. I'm not sure what that first one on Hideaway he used with John Mayall. Tribute to Elmore. Looks like that might possibly be from one from shoot. I forgot the band's name. That one of them that had a few great artists going through that because him and Jimmy Page are on that song. Next is I Want to Know. It's yep, Eric Clapton and the Powerhouse. Sunshine of Your Love. Of course, that's a Cream song. And Crossroads. Is that? I'm trying to think. Is that another Cream song too, Paul? Crossroads. Okay, side two is Spoonful. Of course, Willie Dixon's song. And it looks like that's from Cream. Second song on side two is Badge. and looks like another green one. Then side three is Sea of Joy, of course. That's with Blind Faith that was written by Steve Winwood. And then Only You Know and I Know, which is Dave Basinpen's song. Uh, then I Don't Want to Discuss It, and Teasing and Blues Power. And then side four is To Tell the Truth, or no, Tell the Truth, and then Tell the Truth Jam, and then finishing it off with Soyla, of course. That's Derek and the Dominoes. Okay, here's some more 10 years after. This is Classic Performances 10 years after. I'm going home. One of these days, I'd love to change the world. Tomorrow I'll be out of town. Good morning, little schoolgirl. Baby won't let me rock and roll for you. Rock and roll music to the world. It's getting harder. Positive vibrations and choo choo mama. Now here we're switching tone some. This is Tim Weisberg, of course, well-known flautist. In other words, of flute, and he did The Power of Love with Dan Fogelberg, and songs on here are Rush Hour, Friday PM, Street Party, Angelic Smile, The Visit, Listen to the City, and Travesty. Side 2 is Duda, Higher Eyes, The Chase, Night for Crying, The Good Love, Beyond Blue, and The Bruiser. This is on AM Records from 1979. And the name of it is Smile. Okay, next up, Jethro Tull. MU, but the best of Jethro Tull, of course, is pretty much credited early on. But this has, let's see, it's on Chrysalis. Let's see if it shows what year it's from. That's very faint down there. Okay. Well, it has Teacher on our side one starts with Teacher, and Aqualung, and Thick as a Brick, a Bungo in the Jungle, and Locomotive Breath. So probably around the mid-70s that this came out. And then side two is Fat Man, Living in the Past, a Passion Play, edit number 8. Skating Away on the Thin Ice of a New Day, Rainbow Blues, and Nothing is Easy. Going from Jethro Tull to pop, but this is earlier than most of us are used to. This is the Bee Gees. It's the name of it is Morning Rain. This is Pickwick compilation from 1978, but all the music is the stuff they did in Australia. That was even before they released anything here in the U.S. And the songs on here are on side one are Where Are You? Spicks and Specks is one I really like. Playdown, Big Chance, Glass House. Side two is How Many Birds, Secondhand People, I Don't Know Why I Bother With Myself, and Monday's Rain. And if you like early Bee Gees music, I think you'd like this album. Okay. Now for some Rod Stewart. The Best of Rod Stewart, Volume 2. This is It's Mercury. I'm trying to see a date on here. It's not like showing me anything yet. Okay, it's from 76. And if you can't tell, it's a TL piece at date code. But wrong way. So you have a centerfold of Rod there. At least he's dressed in it. And this was before Too Sexy. But the songs on here are this on here are you have side one, Man of Constant Sorrow, Blind Prayer, Lady Day, Tomorrow is a Long Time, and Country Comforts. That's a cover of the Elton John song, Country Comfort. Side two is Mandolin Wind, That's All Right, My Way of Giving, and I don't want to discuss it. Side three is a cover of a Tim Horton pan song, which a lot of artists did. I've noticed in the 60s and 70s, which is Find a Reason to Believe, Italian Girls, I'd Rather Go Blind. See, Christine McVie does a good cover of that song on the legendary Christine Perfect album. Lost Herrick Wales and True Blue was the last song on side three. And side four is a Sweet Little Rock and Roller, Hard Road, Make Me Feel Like a Natural Man. Of course, he just thinks that from woman to man. Bring It On Home to Me, then You Send Me together. And then the last song is Twisting All the Way. Okay, now we'll go back a ways. Okay, here's Gene Pitney, greatest hits of all times. This is on, I guess it says Music Core Records. Of course, it doesn't give a date. I figure it's back in the early 60s. This has Town Without Pity, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, Only Love Can Break a Heart, Every Breath I Take, Looking Through the Eyes of Love, I Must Be Seeing Things, Side 2, 24 Hours from Tulsa, It Hurts to Be in Love, Backstage, Half Heaven, Half Heartache, I'm going to Be Strong, and Last Chance to Turn Around. Okay. Well, this is another one that'll get some laughs. Next one's a 2-album set, and a lot of you will be asking, did he have do enough songs to fit on a 2-album set? Yes, and this is a compilation at that. The guy is Travolta, John Travolta, and the album is Travolta Fever, and it's a deluxe 2 record set. And this is Metro Media from 1978. Oh no, it looks like 1978 on this set, because it's from 3 different albums. The latest is from 78. So the songs are Letter In. That one was a solo hit for him, believe it or not. And Never Gonna Fall in Love Again. I cover of the Eric Carmen song. Rainbows, A Girl Like You, and Razzmatazz. Side 2 is I Don't Know What I Like About You, Baby. Baby, I Could Be So Good at Loving You. Big Trouble. That's a song I like. And if I remember right, Captain Antonio did an excellent cover of that song too. It Had to Be You. And Goodnight, Mr. Moon. Side 3 is Slow Dancing. You Set My Dreams to Music. Whenever I'm Away from You, Settle Down. Back Doors Crying. And side 4 is Moonlight Lady. All That's Strung Out on You. Can't Let You Go. Easy Evil. Right, what they say, what would they say, right, and great time of the night. That's John Travolta, who knew he sang that many songs, and doesn't even have any of his songs with Olivia. Next one is, so I'm changing gears some again, going to hard rock metal from the 70s. It's Black Sabbath. When we rock, or no, we sold our soul for rock and roll. I was mixing it up with the title for the uh, Deep Purple song I showed earlier. Of course, it's Gatefold. And it's a 2 LP set. Of course, all the songs on this album is Ozzy on vocals. I saw Ozzy back in '86, and he did do Iron Man and Paranoid when I saw him in concert. The songs on here are Black Sabbath, The Wizard, Warning, that's side one. Side two is Paranoid, War Pigs, and Iron Man. Side three is Tomorrow's Dream, Fairies Wear Boots, Changes, Sweet Leaf, and Children of the Grave. And side four is Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Am I Going Insane? That's a radio version of it. Laguna Sunrise, Snowblind, and NIB. Next I know is one that I know, guy that I know, Psycho likes. This is Chuck Berry, Golden Decade, 1955 through 1965. It's a 2 LP set. Like a good sized picture of him going away on the guitar. And it's on Bellaphon Records, which is a division of Chess, it looks like. And I'm just checking because I have a couple of other Bellaphon records in my collection, which you'll see in the series that are German pressings. I don't see it saying that here, but the tracks on here are on side one, Maybelline, Deep Feeling, Johnny Be Good, Wee Hours, Nadine, and Brown Eyed Handsome Man. I really like the song Brown Eyed Handsome Man. Side two is Roll Over Beethoven, 30 Days, Havana Moon, No Particular Place to Go, Memphis, and Almost Grown. Side three is School Days, Too Much Monkey Business, Old Baby Doll, Reelin' and Rockin', You Can't Catch Me, and Too Poop to Pop. And side four is Bye Bye Johnny, Round and Round, Sweet Little 16, Rock and Roll Music, Anthony Boy, and Back in the USA. A lot of great songs that a lot of groups have covered. Okay, bye, Paul. Next one, it's Tubes, Trash, or Tubes, Rarities, and Smash Hits. This is on A&M from, looks like 1981. Yeah, 1981. And of course, the song, I'm going to read the tracks on here, but I have to do this just to see the first one because, okay, Driving All Night. What Do You Want from Life? Turn Me On. Slip My Disco. Don't Touch Me There. And Mondo Bondage from That's All on side one. Side two is Love Will Keep Us Together. It's an interesting one there. what White Pines on Dope. I think that's what or I'm not sure. I might have to check that one out too. That's yeah, it's White Punks on Dope. That's what it is. There's this writing so hard, and with the color schemes on here, it gets hard to read. Prime time. Uh, I'm just a mess, and only the strong survive. Okay, so that's the tubes, rarities, and smash hits. Next one, the Letterman all-time greatest hits. This is on Capitol. It's from '73. I'm thinking this is a reissue from like the '90s because, or from the '80s because it's shows the MI on it too. But the songs on here are on track one are going out of my head. I can't take my eyes off Yes Man, S Medley. Second one is When I Fall in Love, Put Your Head on My Shoulder, Love, and Traces Last Memories. That's all side one. Side two is Hurt So Bad, Theme from a Summer Place, Shangri-La, The Way You Look Tonight, and I Believe. Excellent. I don't know how this one ended up in here. This was supposed to be in yesterday's for the body artist ones. This is music country. It's the great stars, the great sounds of music country. It's but the songs sounded are Try a Little Kindness by Glenn Campbell. Steve Snee had hit this song on his ski lodge last night. Unchained Melody by Charlie Rich. High Noon by Tex Ritter. Break My Mind by Anne Murray. If the Good Lord's Willing by Johnny Cash. Side 2 is Lonely Weekends by Charlie Rich. Only Love Can Break a Heart by Sonny James. Wings of a Dove by Ferlin Husky, which is a song I really like. The Tips of My Fingers by Ray Clark. And the last one is I Walked Along by Johnny Cash. What a way to finish it off. Okay. Here's Neil Sedaka. Sedaka sings his hits. This is it's a 1962 release on RCA. And I'll tell you now, somewhere in these greatest hits ones or single artist compilations, you'll see reissues that he did in the '70s too. But the songs on this one are on side one, Next Door to an Angel, Old Carol, King of Clowns, Stairway to Heaven, Run Simpson Run, and Calendar Girl. On side two is Breaking Up is Hard to Do, The Diary, Happy Birthday Sweet 16, Sweet Little You, You Mean Everything to Me. See, it's hard finding the early Neil Sedaka, and I happened to find the early one, the early greatest hits one, because they're usually in pretty poor shape, the early ones when you find them. And here's one more that covers that in the greatest shape. This is the Letterman, the best of the Letterman. You see how I mean? It's not the greatest shape. And I can't even don't even know where I got this. Oh, it looks like it was for a radio station. It says Letterman played through. Looks like February 2004. Plays well, no skips. And so that track listing on here, and this is on Columbia, and they always make it hard to find the years of them. But track listing on here is When I Fall in Love, She Cried, Love Is the Many Splintered Thing, yesterday, and the way you look tonight, that side one. Think from a summer place, you'll never walk alone. Smile, portrait of my love, and secretly on side two. Okay, this is the best of B.J. Thomas, but this is a Christian hits one for him. It's on Murr Records from 1980. He started doing Christian songs in the late 70s, mid to late 70s. The songs on here are Without a Doubt, Storybook Realities, Home Where I Belong, I Want to Be More Like Jesus, and Happy Man for side one. Side two is What a Difference You've Made. He's a hand on my shoulder, Jesus on my mind, He gave me love, and Faith of a Little Child. Next one, of course, you know I'd have to have this one, with them being my favorite band. That's the Moody Blues, Voices in the Sky, the, uh, the best of the Moody Blues. And this is from 1985 on Polygram. The songs on here are on side one, The Voice, Question, Veteran Cosmic Rocker, Isn't Life Strange, A Night's in White Satin. Side two is Ride My Seesaw, Driftwood, Sitting at the Wheel. I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band, and Gemini Dream. And that's one of my favorite songs by them, that last one. And here's more Moody Blues, and it's a 2 LP set, but it's early blues, and it's done by that they did when Benny Lang was with them. So if I remember right, they put out 2 or 3 albums actually, and so they did have enough albums for it. This is on Complete Records, and this was released in '85, but it's there. Stuff from the before, like '66 or '7, and the songs on here are their big hit from during that time, which is Go Now. Steal Your Heart Away. This is side one I'm doing right now. Lose Your Money, I Don't Mind, and Let Me Go. Side two is I'll Go Crazy. Time Is on My Side to cover up the Rolling Stones song. It's Easy Child, Something You've Got, and I Had a Dream. Side three, From the Bottom of My Heart, Can't Nobody Love You, Stop, Go Back, Don't Want to Go On Without You. And side four is Bye Bye Bird, Thank You Baby, Ain't Necessary, True Story, and My Baby Was Gone. And I didn't really show you the inside. It's just showing like I sort of like liner notes, and maybe it's interesting the way it looks like. Okay. The next one is Helen Reddy. This is her greatest hits, Helen Reddy's greatest hits. And on side one is I Am Woman, I Don't Know How to Love Him, Leave Me Alone, Ruby Red Dress, Delta Dawn, You and Me Against the World, Angie Baby. That's first on side two, and that was written by Ellen O'Day. Emotion, Keep on Singing, Peaceful, and Ain't No Way to Treat a Lady. And this is on Columbia Records. Don't see that date down there, but sometimes I'll put it down. Oh, this is from 75. It looks like. Okay, here's some Hank Snow. Hits and more hits. This is on RCA from 1968. And side one has A Million and One, Blue Side of Lonesome, Old Time Can't Erase, Green Green Grass of Home, Once more you're mine again. There goes my everything. Side two is all night cafe, all the time. It kind of reminds me of me. Blue, blue day. You drop the world in my hands at the tip of my fingers. And a Johnny Horton compilation, The Legend of Johnny Horton. This is a four or a 2 LP set, and it's on the label is CBS Direct, and uh, looks like it might be from 1980. The songs on here are on side one, North to Alaska. When it's springtime in Alaska, it's 40 below. Jim Bridger, Rock Island Line, and The Mansion You Stole. Side two is the Battle of New Orleans, which is a great song. Johnny Reb, Comanche, The Brave Horse, All Grown Up, and I'm a one woman man. Okay, record two, side one is Sink the Bismarck, Whispering Pines, Sal's Got a Sugar Lip, I'll Do It Every Time, and Talky Talk Man. And side two is Johnny Freedom, or Freedom Land, All for the Love of a Girl, I'm Coming Home, I Just Don't Like This Kind of Living, and Sleepy Eyed John. A lot of good songs on there. Okay, let me have a quick drink here. This next one is another 2 LP set. This one is Eddie Arnold. This is Eddie Arnold. It's on RCA from 1970, and it's a gatefold. Just like liner notes and some pictures of some album covers. And like I said, it's 2 LP set. And songs this this is from 1970 on RCA. The tracks on it are on side one, Anytime, Misty Blue, Lay Some Happiness on Me, I'm Throwing Rice at the Girl I Love, It's Such a Pretty World Today. Side two is Lonely Again, The Love Bug Itch, Here Comes Heaven, They Don't Make Love Like They Used to, But for Love. Okay, side three is Bouquet of Roses, Here Comes My Baby, Somebody Like Me, I Started to Joke. Yes, that's a cover of the Bee Gees hit, and they do it nice. Side four is So Deep, You Fool, Mary in the Morning, I'll Hold Your Heart Till I Can't Hold You in My Arms, and the song that he's best known for is that Cattle Call is how he ends it off. Okay, here one is pretty much a humorous country one from the 80s. This is Mo Bandy and Joe Statley. It's Mo Band, and it's titled Greatest Hits. Just a minute. I have to take this call. Hello? Oh, okay, it's just a call. Remind me of my appointment on Friday. So, but the tracks on this album. This I should say this is from 1982 on Columbia. The tracks on here on side one is Just Good Old Boys, Let's Hear for the Working Man, Holding the Bag, Honky Tonk Queen, and Two Beers Away. And side two is Hey Joe, Hey Mo, Hey Girl, Don't Ever Get Lonely, Tell Oh I Ain't Here, He Better Get On Home, When It Comes to Cowgirls, You Just Can't Say No, And then the last one is Thank Goodness It's Friday. Okay, another country one here, and it's also a GLP one. This is Ray Price, The World of Ray Price. And this one's on Columbia. It's a two LP set. There's 20 great all-time great recordings on here. Let's see, gatefold. See the picture of him in the recording studio. And tracks on this one are on side one, I Love You So Much It Hurts, Pride, San Antonio Rose, Make the World Go Away, Am I That Easy to Forget? Side two, Yesterday, is a cover, Beatles cover. I Can't Help It, Four Walls, Born to Lose, and Spanish Eyes. Side three, Release Me, The Wild Side of Life, Crazy Arms, City Lights, Antarctic's by the Number. And side four is Don't Let the Stars Get in Your Eyes. That's What I Get for Loving You, The Last Letter, Cold Cold Heart, and Little Liza Jane. I'm up to 3 beers now. Okay. Okay, here's Art Garfunkel compilation. Yeah, just titled Garfunkel. This is on Columbia from what it looks like it's from 88, 1988. The tracks are here on side one is When a Man Loves a Woman, Break Away, Bright Eyes, What a Wonderful World, All I Know, and Scissors Cut. Side two is I Only Have Eyes for You, So Much in Love, 99 Miles from LA, 2nd Avenue, A Heart of New York, and I Have a Love. Oh, sorry about that, Calvin. I just noticed you're coming up.
Hey, don't worry about it. How you doing? I figured
Okay.
you needed to take a breath.
Yeah.
I was getting tired just watching you.
So you probably know you're around the same age as me, I figure. So you know a lot of these artists that I'm showing.
Am I that old?
Well, I'm 61.
Well, I'm not too far off then.
Yeah.
8 years younger.
Oh, okay. And I know Paul is.
Your beard makes you look older. No,
And see,
I
Paul.
figured you were in your 70s.
Oh, now.
But it's just because of the beard.
Yeah. The reason why I have the beard is I could never get a close enough shave anymore, with not even with a straight blade.
Mm-hmm.
After serving 10 years in the Air Force, I was particular on my beard or on that stuff. Okay, well, I'll start showing more of these because I'm trying to get through this pile and part of the next one today. And like I said, I'll be going into next week on these because Friday I can't do anything, and then I won't do anything over the weekend. But this next one I have is Neil Diamond, Love Songs. This is a compilation that he did. It's on MCA Records from, oh boy. Oh, it's 1981. And the songs are on here is Theme, which is orchestral. Stones, If You Go Away, The Last Thing on My Mind, Cold Water Morning, Juliet, both sides now, yeah, cover up the Joni, cover up the Joni Mitchell song. Side two is Play Me, which is a good song of his. Hurting You Don't Come Easy, Husbands and Wives, Until It's Time for You to Go, and The Grass Won't Pay No Mind, a modern day version of Love, and Suzanne. Do you have any of his albums or?
No, I never got into Neil Diamond.
Yeah, my wife never did until she started dating me. Uh, and then there's some group, some that she got me into, like Rick Springfield.
Oh yeah, that's someone I like. Yeah.
Okay, here's another country one. Roy Clark, Greatest Hits, Volume 1. I've heard you like some country too. Just from hearing you talk about some of this stuff, and this is from 1975 on ABC Records. Of course, it has it's famous Yesterday When I Was Young. I know others have done it, but they don't do as good as he does on it. Live with me, honeymoon feeling, riders in the sky, tips of my fingers, and I never picked cotton. That side one, and side two is thank God and Greyhound, somewhere between love and tomorrow, Roy's guitar boogie, the Great Divide, and the Lawrenceville Key-High Counter-Revolution polka. Don't know if I remember that song.
No, I
A,
don't.
pol-
I don't.
a polka where he said he something competition between Hee-Haw and Lawrenceville. Oh boy.
Yeah, I wish they would have when he was on Hee Haw with the $1 Million Band. I wish they would have recorded something. I don't think they ever recorded anything
I don't
other than what they did for the show.
I don't either, and he was both on the guitar and the banjo. And
Because that was a pretty big group of people.
yeah,
Because what was it? It was Roy Clark, Floyd Kramer,
yeah, Buck
Boots
Owens, of
Boots
course.
Randolph,
Yeah.
Johnny Gimble.
And,
Who was the harmonica guy?
I can't remember now.
Was his last name McCoy?
Might be.
I can't remember his name.
Was it Charlie McCoy?
That doesn't sound right, but it might be right. And then Danny Davis, I think he was in $1 Million Band, wasn't he? Danny Davis?
I think so. And then they'd always get good art, good country artists on there. See, but I'm glad that they recently added Circle TV to the local stations we can get here, and they show old episodes of Hee Haw on there.
Yeah.
Well, next one I have is another country album, another classic country band, the Statler brothers, or the Statler brothers, and this one has this one's. This one's I think it's on. Is it on Mercury or Mercury from? But I don't see a year. Oh, 75. I just saw it. It's Bed of Roses. Whatever happened to Randolph Scott? Do you remember these? Carry Me Back. Of course, the song everybody knows, Flowers on the Wall. Class of 57. Side one, Go to My Grave, Loving You. Pictures, Thank You World, New York City, and Susan when she had died. Of course, I always liked the Statler brothers, their harmonization.
Yeah, that was someone my mom liked. Because I really did get into country till after I was done with college. Because I'm the second of two. My parents had me late. My dad was already, I think, 35 when he had me.
Okay.
So, I'm growing up in the late 70s, early 80s. I want new wave and stuff like that. And as my dad putting on country music from the 50s and big band, it's like I felt like he was on a different planet.
Well,
it was like we were like we were like decades of music apart.
Do you know what got me really listening to country?
No.
Rap and hip hop. Back in the 80s, when it seems like that was all they had on the radio, I've switched to listening to country. And also for a while, went to the University of Iowa for a year. I should say, I partied there for a year since I had more like animal house grades there. But and there was I think it was an AM station I would listen to there in Iowa City, and they'd play a lot of stuff like Kenny Rogers and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff that I like. Uh, because my mom and dad always listened to country in the car, and so after they got my brothers and me each AM radio or transistor radios, we'd listen to local AM station that would play rock, but top 40 station. And then, of course, I started collecting albums when I was around 75. Around, I was like in eighth. Yeah, I was in ninth grade, and but where I was at Mason City, Iowa, that was part of junior high, and high school started in 10th grade. But I have another Sattler Brothers album here too. The Best of the Sattler Brothers Rides Again. This volume 2, and this album has. Do you know "You Are My Sunshine"? Here we are
Yeah.
again. The movies, your picture in the paper, some I wrote, and how great thou art on side one, and I'll even love you better than I did then. How to be a country star, silver medals and sweet memories. Who am I to say? And the official historian on Shirley Jean Burrell. Okay, now we'll jump back to some pop from the late 50s, early 60s. Uh, this is the Bobby Darin story. Do you like any of his old stuff? Like
Um,
Death and Night?
some of his bigger hits, yeah.
Uh,
I never dug deep in his catalog, but this
I
stuff
didn't.
I've heard on the radio, I like.
I didn't either, but I got this with in a box of stuff people gave me that were getting rid of their collection. This has, of course, this is on Echo Records. Doesn't say the year. It's from the early '60s, I know, but it has this. The tracks on here are Splish Splash, Early in the Morning, Queen of the Hop, Plain Jane, Dream Lover, and of course Mac the Knife.
Hmm.
And side 2 is Beyond the Sea, Clementine, Bill Bailey, Artificial Flowers, Somebody to Love, and Lazy River. So it has a good track listing on there. And the next one is back to country some. It's a Canadian country artist, Anne Murray. And this is on Capitol. Does it show the year on here? Oh, it does. 1980. It has Walk Right Back, No Reason at All, You Can't Help It, He's Not You, We Don't Make Love Anymore, and the Tennessee Waltz. Side 2 is Let's Keep It That Way, When Are You Feeling, Do You Think of Me, Just to Feel This Love from You, and Kevin Is Here. Okay, do you listen to any Oak Ridge Boys?
No, not really.
Mainly like Elvira, huh?
Huh?
Mainly like Elvira, huh?
Yeah.
Well, before
Because some reason I always got them mixed up with the Statler brothers. Always got them mixed up.
I just about do too. This is one that, but for the earlier stuff, earlier than Elvira, they were known for their country gospel.
Yeah.
And this is an album full of that. This album's from 1974 on Heartwarming Records, and the songs on here are I Know, Through a Doll, Shouldered in the Arms of God, Daddy Sang Bass, Put Your Hand in the Hand, King Jesus, After Calvary, Oh, happy day. I should have been crucified, and Jesus is coming soon. And okay, here's another country one. It's wasn't really in the cover, but this is a 4 LP set, and it's and it I got it for $2, or I think I got it for half price actually, but because I had a sale at one of the record stores here in Rockford. But it's a collection of it's called Homecoming Reflections with Bob Wells and his Texas Playboys, 1915 through 1973, and it has hits with Merle Haggard in them too, and okay, it's a 2 LP set. This is a booklet that came with it, and so but first song on here is Playboy theme, and that's with first two with Merle Haggard on vocals, Playboy theme and Yearning. And these last four on this side are Fate of Love, What Makes Bob Holler, Stay All Night, and Ain't Our Going Away Party. Side two has Big Balls in Cowtown with Hoyle Nix on vocals. Then Keeper of My Heart with Leon Rouse on vocals. Twin Guitar Boogie. Bubbles in My Beer with John Rouse singing the vocals. Blue Bonnet Lane with Leon McAuliffe singing with the vocals. When You Leave Amarillo with Jody Nix on vocals. Side three has San Antonio Rose with Leon Rouse on vocals. I Wonder If You Feel the Way I Do with Merle Haggard on vocals. My Shoes Keep Walking Back to You with Jody Nix on vocals. I Miss Molly with Leon McAuliffe on vocals. I Can't Go On This Way with Jody Nix on vocals. And That's the Way I Like It About the South with Leon McAuliffe on vocals. Now the last side has Silver Lake Blues, which is an instrumental. Milk Call Blues with Leon Rouse on vocals. Coming down from Denver with which has a fiddle playing in it with Hoyle Nix on vocal, or he might be playing the violin. I don't know. Maybe that would sure be good with Liam McAuliffe on vocals. She's Really Gone with Hoyle Nix on vocals. Okay, and Crippled Turkey with Hoyle Nix on violin. I never really knew who Bob Wells was. I heard of it because my mom and dad, but then seeing that documentary that Kim Burns had done, that the series that of country music, that got me more interested in his music, and I had picked this up even before that. Did you see that documentary?
I think they keep showing it off and on still. I've never sat down and watched the whole thing, but every once in a while I catch episodes.
Yeah.
Because I have like three different PBSs on my cable.
Okay. I don't have any here because the only thing we have cable for here is for internet.
Because I got the local PBS, and then there's a couple other ones that show different things than what the PBS shows.
Yeah. The funny thing is, okay, I live in Rockford, Illinois. It's a bigger city in Illinois, but there's no local PBS station here.
Oh wow!
And before
my dad's family was from Marion.
Okay.
where Pete Rose went to jail.
Yeah. But but we had so for PBS stations for a while before they went to digital, uh, with I'd have TVs with avid years before we got cable. We had satellite for a while too, but we did two different PBS stations. One from Madison, Wisconsin, so Wisconsin Public Television, and one from Chicago. And for a while, when we first got cable, when my wife and I moved to the apartment that year, and before this one, we could get both those stations on there. But then they took off the Madison one from it.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided we use cable more than the regular internet, so we just got high speed internet, got rid of cable, got some of the high speed internet that Comcast
I forgot who was the star of the Western movies I'm thinking of, but Bob Wills was in probably maybe 3 or 4 Westerns.
Yeah, I think
he was always with the same. He was always with the same good guy. I forget who it was though.
Yeah, he was always with, and was. I'm trying to remember. Is it like Tex Ritter or Roy Clark or Gene Autry usually for stuff like that? He was one of the singing cowboys.
I have to look it up. That doesn't. Who I'm thinking of doesn't seem to fit what you're saying. I have to look.
Yeah, I'm
look
trying
it
to
up.
remember. I'm trying to remember too.
Because he might have done movies with those people, but I'm remembering somebody else.
Yeah, but you're like me, remembering the old black and white comedies that could see on like Saturday afternoons.
Because what I remember is what he was his band was doing the singing. Those other ones they would have, flipped back and forth. If you're talking about singing cowboys.
Yeah, but that his band would be like the backup singers, the backup group in.
Yeah, what I remember is they were the main music in the movies.
Yeah.
The cowboy good guy was somebody who didn't sing, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember that either. Okay.
I'm thinking he might have been. When he was younger, he was doing movies with Hopalong.
Oh yeah, Hopalong Cassidy. Yeah, I can't.
The guy I'm thinking of was like he was younger and he was like always one of the sidekicks.
Yeah.
Because he had.
No, I can't remember Hopalong the sidekick.
Well, I think he had. Didn't he have? Oh, geez. What's the guy that had all his teeth taken out? Or most of his teeth taken out? And he had a shaggy beard.
Was that the guy that played Festus on Gunsmoke also?
No.
I'm trying to remember who the guy was. I know who you're talking about, but now
it's terrible getting old.
Yeah, we lose so many brain cells, it seems.
But I'll look it up.
Okay,
yeah, I had to cheat on that Raylan Jennings. I knew when you said 80s that it didn't make sense, but I had to look up to see when, because the 80s didn't make sense because he did the theme, the Dukes of Hazzard.
But
Raylan Jennings. So I figured Dukes of Hazzard was an 80s show.
Yeah,
I was pretty sure he didn't die during the 80s. Plus, Raylan Jennings teamed up with Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, and Johnny Cash for the Highwaymen.
Yeah,
and that was 80s and 90s. So
yeah, I couldn't remember when Highwaymen was. I'm going back to music that you'd probably listen to back then. I know I did. Art, this is their greatest hits live album. I
mainly listened to the hits. I never really dug deep.
Yeah, I saw them in concert for the first time. I saw them was in '79 on their Dog and Butterfly tour. And well, this was at Mississippi River Jam too. I talked about that in the first episode I did for my first room. I did that because at that concert, the first group up it was called Mississippi River Jam 2. It was at a baseball stadium. The stage was around home plate, and my brother and I were sitting at around second base. That's how close we were. But the first group was TNT, and people didn't care for them. But then was AC/DC with Bon Scott,
Mm-hmm.
and then was UFO, but this was after Michael Schenker left them. Then after that was Nazareth, and then Hart. So we got a lot of rock that day.
Yeah, I didn't really like the 70s rock until I got older
Yeah.
because I grew up listening to more of the soft rock, and I guess now they call it yacht rock. And then when I got old enough to start buying my old records, I was basically new wave.
Oh yeah.
I was Devo and a Flock of Seagulls, and
I do have some new wave, but I have like one or two Devo albums and like Blondie and like the Knack
yeah,
and like some that are contribute more like power pop are like Dave Edmunds and Nick Lowe and Rock Pile.
hmm
Okay, but this one is Hart's Greatest Hits Live. It's from I think. No, come on! I just saw it. Is it 1980 or is it a little later? But this is showing 80 on. Of course, they were on Epic Records, and the tracks on here are Barracuda, uh, Silver Wheels, Crazy on You, Straight On, and Dreamboat Danny on side one. Side two is Even It Up, Magic Man, Heartless, Dog and Butterfly. Side three was Baby Lestrange, Tell It Like It Is, Mr. Wind, Hit Single, and Strange Euphoria. And side four is Sweet Darling, I'm Down, and Long Tall Sally, Unchained Melody, and then the last one is Rock and Roll, cover up the uh, Led Zeppelin song. They dedicated that to John Bonham. But when I saw them in '79, they didn't do rock and roll. They did the song Black Dog, the
hmm
Led Zeppelin song. And when they started playing that, my brother and I just looked at each other and said, "What?" And okay, so did you listen to prog rock any in the '70s?
uh, no, I really didn't even know what prog rock was
Well, talk about like
until like
yeah,
the mid '80s when I went to college.
okay, well, yeah, no, but I grew up. We did have mainly had for rock stations. It was mainly top 40 stations before I went to college.
But prog is one of the major things I buy now. But when it was the big thing, I was a little too young, and B, not in doing listen to other stuff.
Okay, so if you're in Prague now, you might have some uh, these guys stuff. John and Vangelis or Vangelis.
I don't
It's
know who
John
that is.
Anderson of Yes and Vangelis. And Vangelis plays keyboards, and they've had a series of albums together, like in the early '80s. This is from '84. This one, and it's on Polydor Records. This is the best of. I have some of their regular albums, but on here is Italian Song, I'll Find My Way Home, State of Independence, One More Time, Playing Within a Play. Inside two is The Prince of Mr. Cairo. That's one that a lot of people know of them. That's from like their first album they did together. Uh, outside of this, inside of that, he is sailing and I hear. But I, if you haven't heard any of their albums, I'd say check them out. I figured they have stuff of theirs on YouTube that you can listen to.
Yeah.
And of course, I have a bunch of Chicago, and this is their okay. This album's titled "Take Me Back to Chicago." It's a compilation. Let me see. I think this is one I might have gotten when I was stationed in Germany. I think it is when I was in Germany. It was on here. It says it's from CBS in England, but it the songs on here are "Listen," "Free," "Thunder and Lightning," "Low Down," "I'm a Man," "Prelude," "Little One," then the song "Little One," "You Are on My Mind," Take Me Back to Chicago," "Mononucleosis," and Terry Truman's on here, which was a big song of theirs back when I was in school. That was one of the first albums my best friend I picked up one day on the way walking back from school when we were in junior high. We had a mile walk, and there was a shopping center along the way, and we'd stop in at Target and see what they had. We both picked up that on Target date the same day, and that has a song Harry Truman on it. Okay, and here's a band I saw back in the 80s. I saw this band at Red Rocks in Colorado by Denver. So I was stationed in Colorado Springs at the time. This was in 1983 I saw them. It's a Little River Band, and see, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band opened for them that day. But this is their greatest hits album, and it's from, I know it's early 80s. And so it, and the songs on here are "It's a Long Way There," "Help Us Is on Its Way," "Reminiscing," "Man on Your Mind," "The Other Guy," and "The Night Owls." That's side one. Side two is "Lonesome Loser," "Take It Easy on Me," "Down on the Border," "Happy Anniversary," and "Cool Change." Okay, here's a group you might have liked in the 70s, the Grassroots.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, this is the ABC collection. See, they were on ABC Records. This is on ABC from 76. So the tracks on here on side one are Where Were You When I Needed You, Let's Live for Today, Things I Should Have Said, Midnight Confessions, Bella Linda, The Lovin' Things, Here's Where You Belong, and Lady Pleasure. Well, side two has a lot that I remember from the 70s. The River is Wide, Wait a Million Years, Heaven Knows, Baby Hold On, uh, Temptation, Sooner or Later, Two Divided by Love, and a Little Bit of Love.
Yeah, I saw. It was probably a reincarnation of them. It was like a '60s, um, um, '60s festival. The Monkees headlined it, and it was Hermits, Grassroots,
I
uh, Paul Revere and the Raiders, and probably other couple bands I can't remember.
I would have loved to see that. But I saw one where you could say it was 70s for the two main groups, but it was at a small venue. It was out by an airport, out in the middle of the country by by Woodstock, Illinois. And the first band was a band called Harmony Riley. It was younger guys. See, two of the members were Rick Nielsen's son, Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick.
Mhm.
But then after them was Rare Earth,
Yeah. Okay.
and then was Blue Oyster Cult.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Blue Oyster Cult put on a real good show, and they ended it off with fireworks.
They didn't burn any cars, did they?
No, they didn't burn any corn either.
Because that's the one thing I remember is that the "Burning for You" video when the car's
Yeah.
burning.
Yeah, no cars were burning. I think that's when they started the fireworks. Actually, when they were doing that. Okay, I showed Christian BJ Thomas record earlier. This isn't a Christian one, but this is not a well-known label. This was on the Starday label, which was more of a country label, if I remember right. And this is the best of BJ Thomas. This is from, to get this, I know it was in the 70s, looks like 77 or something like that. And the songs on here are Raindrops Falling on My Head, of course. If you watch that, seen the movie, uh, shoot, trying to remember the name of the movie now. You know what movie I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't remember it either.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That's it. And that song was in it. And the rest of the songs are I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, Mighty Clouds of Joy, Mama, Eyes of a New York Roman, and I can't help it that side one. Side two is Most of All, No Love at All, I Just Can't Help Believing, Hooked on a Feeling, and Rock and Roll Lullaby. Okay, and okay, here's a guy I like it, but this has some of his when he was Steelers Rio. That was Jerry Rafferty. It's I'm stuck in the middle of you. It's Jerry Rafferty and Joe Egan had the best of Steelers Rio.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I think you've heard the song "Stuck in the Middle of with You." That was their big hit.
Yeah.
And see this.
Probably my all-time favorite song is one of his songs.
What song?
Baker Street.
Okay, I
with
have
that sax solo.
Yeah, but my favorite song's on the other side. It was more of a minor hit, or it wasn't made it to the top 40. It was what is Home and Free or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I got the album somewhere, but
yeah, it's on the second side. Home and Dry. That's the name of it. And but this and the rest of the songs on here are on side one are Who Cares, Go As You Please, Wait Again, and Everything Will Turn Out Fine. Side two is Blind Faith, Star, Outside Looking In, Found My Way to You, Right or Wrong, and You Put Something Better Inside of Me. This is one I recently found, and when I saw that, I grabbed it right away. And of course, who doesn't know this woman? I'll do it this way.
oh yeah, Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, her greatest hits, Volume 2, on MCA Records from this is 82. It looks like. And of course, songs on here are Heart Attack, Magic, and then the guy that one that a lot of guys liked, Physical. Just watching that video. Hopelessly Devoted to You, another one that we, or that, well, not really that song in it, the movie, Make a Move on Me. We liked it, her in that, toward, at the end of Grease, in that tight outfit she wore. And on side two is a little bit more. You're the ones that I want, tied up, suddenly, and Xanadu. And I have to have this in my collection, don't I? Some David Bowie.
Yeah.
Of course, this is Changes One Bowie from 76 on RCA. Has Space Oddity, John, I'm Only Dancing, Changes, Ziggy Stardust, Suffragette City, which is a song I really like, June Genie, Diamond Dogs, Rebel Rebel, Young Americans, Fame, and The Golden Years. Okay, this next group I know you'll remember.
Faces.
No, the Bay City Rollers.
Oh, okay. I was thinking I don't know why I thought the one guy on the my upper left. I was thinking that looked like Rod Stewart.
Yeah, this is their greatest hit. So,
Yeah, I think I only know that one song.
what, Saturday Night?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I never really listened to them.
That's why for you'd be cracking out laughing at this one. But the tracks on this one, they are I Only Want to Be With You, Money Honey, Rock and Roll Love Letter, The Way I Feel Tonight, and Yesterday's Heroes on side one. Side two was Dedication, Maybe I'm a Fool to Love You, You Made Me Believe in Magic, Don't Stop the Music, and Saturday Night. See, I'll tell you, there are too many people watching it this right now. There's two viewers that back in the 70s when they were really big. I was really into them. I have a lot of their 70s albums. But like I said, it was when I went to college that they started getting it, listening more to harder stuff and like the new wave and stuff. Just like this is another band that I really liked. I showed their first one earlier. If I remember it, this is Greatest Hits Volume 2. And here they're showing more of the outfits they wore in concert. All right, there's the. And of course, this is the Ever Greatest Hits Volume 2. This is on Atlantic from, I think it was around 1980, 81. I'm not seeing the date on here right now. Oh, well. But the tracks on here are on side one, Gimme, 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 A Man After Midnight. Track two is Knowing Me, Knowing You. Track three, Take a Chance on Me. Track four, Money, Money, Money. Track five, Rock Me. Track six, Ego, which is a song I really like. Track seven is Angel Eyes. Side two, track one is Dancing Queen. Track two is Does Your Mother Know? Track three is Chiquitita. Track four is Summer Night City. Track five is I Wonder. Track six is The Name of the Game. And track seven is Thank You for the Music. Oh, getting close to the 2 hour mark.
Oh, my brain finally kicked in with the one of Hopalong's sidekicks. It's Gabby Hayes I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't think of him either. He was in a lot of those old westerns.
Yeah, he was. He was Roy Rogers' sidekick, I think, a bunch, and I think he did some early John Wayne before he had.
Yeah, he was
before he had all his beard grown out.
Yeah, I think he was one of the Three Mosquitoes. in that John Lang series. Yeah, that's like me a lot of times, where I forget somebody's name, and then after I walk away or whatever, the name comes to me all of a sudden.
Yeah, I still got to think of who Bob Wills was with in those movies because I remember seeing like three or four of them.
Yeah, and here's a woman that I really like her voice. This is Judy Collins. Uh, and it's the first 15 years is the album name. It's a 2 LP set. Uh, of course, she started out pretty much folk. Well, she has dealt folk and towards that type anyway. So this is Electra from 1977, and the songs on here, side one is Pretty Polly. So early in the spring, Pretty Sorrow, Golden Apples of the Sun, Bonnie's Ship, the Diamond, and Farewell to Terrawaith. Side two is The Hostage, La Colombe, Cold Tattoo, Carry It Down, Bread and Roses, Marat and Sade. Side three is Special Delivery, The Lovin' of the Game, one that he's well known for is Both Sides Now. She was one that had the big hit with that. And then Send in the Clowns and Bird on the Wire. And last side has Since You've Asked, Born to the Breed, My Father, Holly Ann, Houses, and Gardens. Oh. Okay, now for some Motown. Diana Ross and the Supremes' Greatest Hits, Volume 3. They, see, they're one of my favorite Motown groups.
Mm-hmm.
And the songs they do on here are reflections to it. I really like that song. And now I can't remember the name of the show that took place during the Vietnam War, in Vietnam. I think it was Dana Delaney that was in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I remember that they used to use Reflections as the theme song for that show. And then other tracks are Love is Here and Now You're Gone, Someday We'll Be Together, Love Child, Some Things You Never Get Used to, Forever Came the Day. Side two is In and Out of Love, The Happening, I'm Living in Shame, No Matter What Sign You Are, and The Composer. Okay, now one I don't know what happened to the cover to this. I might have it in here. I'm not sure, but this just had this in the sleeve. It's Adele's greatest hits, and this is on Cadet Records, and don't see it here. But the first side is Stay in My Corner, Always Together, There Is, Love Is So Simple, Please Don't Change Me Now, Wear It on Our Face. That's side one. Side two is Make Sure, Oh, Oh, I Love You, Does Anybody Know I'm Here, Always of My Mind, The Change We Go Through, and I Can't Do Enough. That's just a lot of 60s stuff. Now here's a band that Paul Sickles Platters really got me into. I listened to them some before. It's Buckingham's. They're a Chicago band that was mainly 60s, but they still perform at times now. in some of these 60s reunions, like sometimes they'll have 60s reunions with some of the other 60 bands, like the Ides of March and some of the others. And but this is Buckingham's greatest hits. And it's on Columbia. The songs on here are "Don't You Care," "Lottie Miss Claudie," "Back in Love Again," "Why Don't You Love Me," "I'll Go Crazy," and Susan, that side one. Side two is "Mercy, Mercy, Mercy," and "Our Love," "Hey Baby," "They're Playing Our Song," "Foreign Policy," and "Kind of a Drag." Okay, I might think I'm going to make this one the last one for this episode. And you might have seen this movie. It's a soundtrack for a movie from the late 70s. FM.
I've heard of it. I never seen the movie.
Oh, the movie was good. Like Martin Mull.
I'm more of a TCM guy. I'm old movies.
Yeah. Oh, Martin Mull was in this one, and can't remember who else. Can't remember her name. Like she was in the movie Private Benjamin.
Because it's like we were talking about Bob Wills. I'm big into old westerns.
Yeah, I like watching them too. I recently picked up a still sealed box of CDs with 24 John Wayne ones still sealed.
Yeah, I must have. It's mainly VHS tapes, but I must have like 100 and something of his movies. Because some of them's the actual VHS tapes you would buy in the store, and then a bunch of it is stuff I taped off. When his movies were on TV.
Yeah.
Because my dad was big into John Wayne.
Yeah, my dad too.
I was more into Randolph Scott. Because I remember me and my dad, it was always funny. You remember the movie The Spoilers?
Yeah.
Yeah, because both Randolph Scott was the bad guy in that movie with John Wayne. And my dad always called it a John Wayne movie. I said, no, it was a Randolph Scott movie.
Well, I can tell you what my dad's two favorite TV shows were when I was little. One, of course, was Gunsmoke.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was The Virginian.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he watched The Big Valley also.
Yeah, all those are they're still on.
Yeah, like on MeTV.
Yeah. And they're on, I think Gunsmoke is like on a bunch of different things. I think it's on, not Nick at Night. What's the other Nickelodeon thing?
Oh, wow.
Not Nick at Night.
I can't remember now.
I can't remember. Then I think they're on the Inspirational channel, INSP.
Okay.
And I think the Virginian's on that too. And I think Virginian's on, I think maybe Grit TV. I don't know if you get Grit TV.
No, we don't have. Wait, we do get Grit TV.
Yeah, I think Virginian
I remember
reruns
seeing
are on
those
that.
on there. And then also on the Circle TV, they'll show some of these old westerns on there, on there too. And so I'll turn to them, especially I like watching these old John Wayne ones. Of course, I like the John Wayne war movies too.
Yeah.
While having a laugh watching him shoot from the hip. Okay, well, I'll show this album, and then I'll end this one. But see, this is TLP said it has a lot of stars from the day. This is from '78, and it's on MCA Records. And so here's the track listing. Okay, More Than a Feeling by Boston. Livingston Saturday Night by Jimmy Buffett. It Keeps You Running by the Doobie Brothers. Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles. There's a Place in the World for a Gambler by Dan Fogelberg. Cold as Ice by Foreigner. Just the Way You Are by Billy Joel. Bad Man by Randy Meisner. Fly Like an Eagle by Steve Miller. Breakdown by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. We Will Rock You by Queen. Uh, Tumbling Dice by Linda Ronstadt, and also Poor Poor Pitiful Me by her. Lido Shuffle by Boss Gags.
Yep.
Night Moves by Bob Seger. FM by Steely Dan and also Do It Again. Your Smiling Face by James Taylor. And Life's Been Good by Joe Walsh.
Yeah,
So
Fly Like an Eagle. Fly Like an Eagle has one of my favorite misheard lyrics
Which one's that?
where he says, shoe the children with no shoes on their feet.
Yeah.
But when you listen to it, it sounds like he says shoot.
Yeah.
So I always thought he was saying shoot the children with no shoes on their feet. I'm saying that's really mean. And then the next line was how's the children? I mean, how's the children living in the street? And I always thought he was asking how the children were.
Yeah,
He was using house like put them in housing.
Yeah.
But it's like, who uses house as a verb? So I always thought he was asking how's the children instead of actually housing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always thought he was saying shoot the children. So that's kind of mean. That's not very nice. Just because they don't have any shoes, you're just going to shoot them?
Yeah. But yeah, I like his stuff, and I do in my collection. I do have a couple of his albums from the '70s, which are real good. Okay, well, I think this will be a good place to stop for this show. So I'll let you go now. There are some viewers, so go ahead, wave, and so like I always end my shows. Until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.
Bye-bye.